All right, y'all. So let's get into our final topic and let's talk about RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, I will say this. When I heard that we were getting Global All Stars, wasn't nobody more excited than me. I was really excited because I was like, yeah, they're going to pick girls from all different franchises, have them compete together for the crown. The crown went to Alyssa Edwards, which everybody was like, okay, shocker. Like, of course, Rue's going to pick an American girl. And we all knew, like, if y'all had Elizabeth, if y'all going to have Alyssa Edwards and her infamous tongue pop on the show, then we know that she's going to walk away with it. And, I've always loved me some Melissa Edwards, especially when she came in as the Vanessa Williams of drag during her season that was iconic with her and Coco Montrese and all the ones that they had on that damn season. That was an iconic season. I live for everything that went down in that season. I'm trying to think what she was on the season of. I mean, it was a lot of girls that was on that season. So yeah. So now the problem was when we got Global All Stars, when we finally saw the show, it was a chop. Like I was so disappointed with the show. I'm like, this is a mess. I'm trying to remember if I even finished it. Yeah, I did. I actually went from loving the show and being like, oh yay, it's giving me my life to be like, what the fuck is going on? And then I started hate watching the show at a point. So now I'm glad it's over. But now everybody's wondering, will we be getting a season two? So the creators of the RuPaul Drag Race franchise, as in Fenton Bailey and Rennie Barbato, who you know are the creators of RuPaul Drag Race production company World of Wonder, are addressing whether or not we will be getting a second season of Global All Stars. So the inaugural Global Olympics of Drag series, Global All Stars, premiered last year in line with the actual Paris 2024 Olympics and saw 12 drag queens from international franchises return to compete for the crown. And which I found funny that he chopped everybody except queens from shows he actually hosted in, but except for Drag Race Italia, because he did pick one person from that franchise that made it into the top. What was it, four? So it was like, okay, we see what y'all doing over here. But for the most part, a lot of the queens that ended up in the finale were from franchises that Ru hosted. So while RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars and Drag Race versus the World spin-off series already exist, whereby queens from all across franchises compete, Global All Stars was the first series which featured one queen representing a different country from across the world. Now, despite the exciting premise and the return of fan favorite queens, including OG Drag Race star Alyssa Edwards, Drag Race UK finalist Kitty Scott Claus, and Drag Race Italia's Nelania, Global All Stars didn't find much favor within the Drag Race fandom, myself included. So fans of the show felt the native English-speaking queens had an advantage in some of the acting and comedy-based challenges, with most of the episodes being won by English-speaking queens. Three of the top four queens of the series were from predominantly English-speaking countries, while Alyssa Edwards ultimately crowned the first ever Global All Stars winner. So a lot of people felt that the show was there was a lot of favoritism going on. There was a lot of rigor mortis going on. And rightfully so, because even I, who is a born and bred New York American, or American from New York, felt the same way. And the fans was even expressing that on social media. Now Bailey and Barbato have addressed the future of the show and confirmed that despite mixed reviews, they are hopeful about Global All Stars coming back for a second season. Asked by the playlist about season two, Barbato said, I mean, hopefully, if our partners don't do it, I think we might have to do it. While Global All Stars is owned by World of Wonder, it aired on Paramount Plus. Yeah, I know that launching Drag Race Philippines, Slays Royale, which is kind of a bit of Versus the World, a little bit of All Stars, and a new sort of version. And yeah, that's going to be like basically an All Stars with all Asian queens from the show from the Drag Race show franchise. Damn, I can't even talk. But y'all get it. Because, yeah, we announced that the other day. Slayer Royale is coming. They're going to be doing it was like all the Asian queens from all the different Drag Race iterations are going to come on and compete. So hopefully we get girls like, I don't know, maybe we can get Joella on there. Maybe we can get Marina Summers, or we can get Jujubee. I know Jujubee said that she retired and she's retiring from doing Drag Race, but girl, come back one more time just for Slays Royale, and hopefully we even get Oh my God, what was her name? Anitra. I don't know, because Anitra could definitely use a redemption arc, especially because, after she done left Drag Race and skipping out on a lot of her obligations in regards to live performance, she's not held to the highest regard, especially during that time. I don't know if it's still going on that way. And I know she was going through some things, but I feel like, yeah, if she goes on Station Royale, that would actually might help her in some sort of way. So he says, so a specific answer, I don't know the answer to the question, but there are other versions. And of course, there's Slaycation season 2, which just filmed. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be getting that because I did mention Slaycation season 2 is coming and Alyssa Edwards is a part of that. And they'll probably have us wait until the winter of this year. So we might get that again, like we did last year, which is they drop it on New Year's, all the episodes, and then we watch it. So a specific answer, I don't know the answer to the question. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Then it said the recently announced Drag Race Philippines Slaasian Royale series will see Asian queens from across the Drag Race universe return to the contest in host country, the Philippines, to fight for the win. Similarly, internet sleuths believe that the third season of Drag Race UK versus the World is coming soon too. And we did talk about that yesterday. And Onyx, friend to the show, wasn't that impressed with the cast, but quite as it's kept, I kind of wasn't either. The host of the show, RuPaul, recently confirmed that season 18 of the original American series will begin filming soon, and that a number of UK-based seasons have also recently wrapped. Elsewhere in their conversation with the playlist, Bailey confirmed that President Donald Trump's attacks on the Lebediqua community, that would be LGBTQ+, will not lead to less Drag Race content being pumped out. It's not as if the audience suddenly wants to watch something else, he said. The rhetoric may be one thing, but there may be all these sorts of pulling back of initiatives. But to me, I firmly believe that more than ever, people want Drag Race. They want drag steps forward, steps back, but overall, it keeps moving forward the overall trajectory. Well, I know a lot of people will say like when it comes to drag and stuff, it does feel a little bit oversaturated, and to a degree, I agree with that. But if y'all can come up with different versions of drag to show up on y'all show, and that's great. There should be other. I feel like, and WoW is talking about that if Paramount Plus doesn't pick it up, because Paramount Plus is going through it right now. I believe they're still trying to find a buyer for the streaming service, so we don't even know what the future holds in regards of Paramount Plus, and if it'll end up no longer being a digital app that we could get shows on, and they might outsource a lot of the stuff like Netflix or like some streamers are like Sony does with Netflix and things of that nature. So we don't know what the future holds for Paramount Plus. But I'm sitting there thinking, with all the money that WoW has accumulated over the years and how they've outsourced a lot of their material on other net stations around the world, they can afford to do this global all-stars thing on their own network. I'm like, why not just do that instead of depending on a network to give y'all the green light to do a show? If they don't do it, like I said, yeah, do it on there. And maybe WoW needs to become an entity of its own where it's kind of like a Shudder or a Deku, which is another gay app, digital series movie app that I actually subscribe to, or an Out TV or a Hulu or a Prime Video. Like WoW is coming up in the big leagues in regards to that. So why not greenlight more content over there, even rack up all the drag races, including the American version, and start showing it on there in the old episodes. So y'all can do that there and accumulate that money. Have like a specific price that y'all pay, and then people just go over there and catch all the content. So if y'all do decide to make a season 2 of this franchise, y'all really need to correct a lot of the mess that was going on there. Less favoritism. Y'all need to come up with some interesting challenges that plays into a lot of the international queens' strengths, and not just making it comfortable for RuPaul because he's an American. Like, I know RuPaul loves American humor, like, because of course he's American. UK humor, he likes all that stuff, so he'll play into that because he loves the Brits. Like him and Michelle Visage goes up into that, and with all that stuff. So, but incorporate all the other stuff like French culture, Swedish culture, Filipino culture. Like there should be all of that stuff that's incorporated in that. And if you're not familiar with it, get familiar. Because I didn't like the favoritism that was going on, where a lot of the international queens who English is not their first language, they were pretty much at a disadvantage versus the English speaking girls from like a UK or even Italy, or even, America and that sort of thing. So less favoritism and more international fabulosity on this situation. So hopefully they fix it and they work it out, because I was so disappointed with season one, but season two, I really hope that y'all make it much better than what we got. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story in regards of it's up in the air on whether or not we'll be getting global all stars, and should they just forego it over at Paramount Plus and just do it themselves over at Wow Presents Plus? Because look, when it comes down to it, I remember with Paramount Plus, you had to specifically subscribe to Paramount Plus to watch the Challenge All Stars. Now they're airing All Stars on MTV, probably because they need the money, and they need the ratings and the viewership. So that's what they're doing over there, and they're not even showing it on Paramount Plus. And I'm like, first of all, Paramount Plus, y'all screwing up big time, because y'all should be allowing a lot of y'all MTV content to be shown over there. And Drag Race season 17 should be streaming weekly on Paramount Plus, so that way the fans can see it. Y'all could do a next day upload on a Saturday, and then we watch it instead of we can't watch it in real time. That y'all should have been doing that. Y'all dropped the ball with that. Y'all would definitely get people subscribed over there. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.